6:24. Time now for Deep Thoughts. You know, like I said before the break, sunsets, sunrises here in Southwest Florida, often absolutely gorgeous. But, you know, I have three different views for you here of the sun. The first, from space. You see the surrounding sky, space, completely black. Then, if you're looking at the sun from here on Earth, you know, the sky is blue all around it. The sun's still bright white, though. And then here's the sun just as it was setting one evening over the Gulf of Mexico in Southwest Florida. Orange all around it. The sun itself, sort of a yellow hue. So what's going on? Why the change in colors? It's all the same sun, right? Well, let's begin with that view from space. Go ahead and take it full from here. So there's that view kind of blown up for you, and you're looking directly at the sun, and note, it's bright white. What you're seeing is sort of those beams of energy coming from the sun right at you, what we call visible light. And it's a mix of all the colors, what we call the UV spectrum. You can break it down individually by wavelength, but if there's nothing to sort of bounce that light around, you're going to get all of them at once, and it appears to your eye as bright white. But there are differences in that UV spectrum by wavelength, going from violet and blue on the bottom of that to red, the longest wavelength. So that does come into play when that light from the sun goes into our atmosphere, because of course we know our atmosphere is made up of various particles, gases, among other things. So when that beam of sunlight hits an air molecule, it's bounced around. And there's a difference in which of those wavelengths of that UV spectrum get bounced. The smaller wavelengths, the blues, the violets, they get bounced around first. So when you're standing down at the surface, you're looking directly at the sun, you're seeing all around it is those blues and violets being scattered away from those various sunbeams that are going away from your vision. And that's why the sky appears blue. But still, when you're down the surface, you're looking directly up at the sun, especially when you're at high noon, the sun's still going to appear white to you, as there's not a lot up at the top of the atmosphere is being right down to sort of bounce that light around. However, once we get to sunset and sunrise, well, now you're talking the sun being lower in the horizon. It has to pass through more atmosphere to get to you. Here's your perspective. There you are. There's the sun starting to set from your perspective, and there's just more for it to pass through. So more of that UV light is being bounced around, more of those colors are being filtered out. All that is left by the time you see it is the oranges and the yellows left behind. The blue is now completely gone and filtered out by all those particles. What we're left with is these gorgeous colors here that we often see in Southwest Florida. And if you have some cloud coverage, that's going to help to bounce things around even more too, provide even a little more of that color. And hey, if you're trying to check out the sunset here this evening, it's going to be nice for it. It's going to be warm, temperatures in the 80s, but mainly clear skies should leave us with a nice show. End of note too, our sunset time, 7:59. Starting this weekend, sunsets at or after 8 o'clock, all the way through the summer, all the way until we get into next fall. That's it for Deep Thoughts here for today. If you have questions for me for future segments, all you got to do, reach out. Send me an email, jim.dickey@abc-7.com, and you can always reach out on Facebook as well.